Welcome to the YouTube channel. The channel's called Would Ya Could Ya. Kind of a different way, kind of a different name. Kind of thought of it a while ago. It started with just my Instagram. I had an old Instagram name, and it seemed a little bit, not necessarily fitting, but it seemed a lot different, and it stuck out a lot more, and it's a lot more noticeable. So we're going to start with doing a vlogging channel with that. I do kind of vape. I dipped for about 9 years, and it was kind of I'm not going to say it's healthier, but for me personally, it was a lot better to kind of switch over to something like this, and it changed everything up a little bit. Flavor-wise, I can get a lot more out of this, and I can kind of control everything a lot better than just, you know, packing a can and throwing a dip in, because it's not really the same for me. Sure, dip, you get a different buzz, but I get sick nowadays from it, but not kind of the point of the channel. So we're kind of going to be breaking down just, I'll say, like the end of the day, and we're gonna call this series the end of the day sit down, and kind of talk about some topics that interest me a little bit, and we'll kind of get an idea on that. So just to start off real easy, we're gonna talk about cars. It started off early on. I wasn't huge into cars growing up. I didn't have a dad that worked on a lot of cars. Didn't have a grandpa that did that. It was kind of came with when I was in the Marine Corps. Had a lot of friends, and I got my first car, which is a 2008 Nissan Versa that I absolutely slammed the piss out of, and just loved it. Had a still in body kit on it, and I loved it. A lot of fun. But that kind of really got me into the car scene, and kind of seeing people, seeing other people's kind of ideas, what they want to do with their cars, be it like a Challenger, GT86, FRS, BRZ, Camaros, and just really a lot of different cars. And it really it changed my life a lot in the way that it kind of put a direction on where I want to go with my career. I don't plan on making YouTube a career, but I kind of plan on doing it as a hobby for right now. And it's kind of what made me realize that, like, a lot of accidents happen, and I've gotten into the only one I've ever gotten into is 3-car pileup, and it made me realize that, like, safety is a huge thing with involved with motorsports, especially the sports like drifting, drag racing, funny cars. Well, funny cars kind of fall under drag racing, autocross, really anything like where you're kind of exceeding the use of a regular car, of just the manufacturer standards for the car, and you're pushing past what the manufacturer designed it to be. And I really want to get into fabricating like cages and parts and safety and stuff like that for cars, because you got to be safe not necessarily in order to have fun, but you got to be safe in case something goes wrong, because if it can go wrong, it will go wrong. It's no matter what motorsport you get into, you're going to get in an accident, whether you like it or not. It's going to happen, and that's the nature of the beast. So it really formed my way on loving, just kind of wanting to get into welding and whatnot. My dad was a welder for many years. Did some underwater welding as well, so it was really really cool on that spot. And then, let's see what else. Cars, kind of the like style of cars. I started off really just sticking strictly with JDM cars. You know, Nissans, Toyotas. Let's see Nissans, Toyotas. Not really much of a Subaru guy. Sure, they're cool and all, but it's for me, they're kind of played out a little bit. I've just seen so many of them that, like in a WR, like an STI, even if it's a 22B, they don't really impress me that much anymore. Like, yeah, if it's a clean build, I respect it. If it's a clean build, it's a clean build. But they're just kind of overplayed for me. It's after I kind of got in a car accident with the Nissan, I ended up totaling it, and I got a Mercedes-Benz C230 07, and it's just the V6. It's a Euro, and I never thought I'd actually get into a Mercedes-Benz, and I never thought I'd get into European cars. But it opened my eyes to the all the different types of cars, and how originally I'm like, oh, Audi, nah, I'm not really much on Euros. I've really started to like Audis and BMWs and Mercedes and stuff like that, and it really kind of opened my eyes to all of the different types of cars. And in the next video, I'll kind of I'll turn this kind of into a 2-part video on like the end of the night sit down, and we'll kind of see where it goes with this. If you fancy doing anything, give me a drop a like and subscribe. It really does mean a lot, considering I'm just starting off this channel. And we'll catch you guys next time.